here we have very significant car. Inspired by those engines that he made sure his Ferraris were powered by VTOL as well. Car number 6, the Packard V8, absolutely stunning. A car with unbelievable charisma. Imagine this car coming down the road in 1933. It would have looked incredible car, the Packard Super 8, V8 engines. How was the smoothness of the engine? Packard are very well known for having exceptionally smooth engines and incredible engineering for their time. How did this beautiful Packard as I had to really reach over to the driver? But co-drivers, gentlemen, how were your 4 days of rallying? How did they go? Amazing. And the reason the cars have trunks, and we call them trunks, is because in the pre-war era, it literally was a trunk on the back of the car. So smooth, you can hardly hear it, hardly any vibration. I was lucky enough to drive a Packard V12 a few weeks ago, and it was absolutely astonishing. I kept thinking I stalled the car, but I didn't. It was just such a quiet engine. Unbelievable. Something that these cars were built to do. Built to be driven, built to be enjoyed, built to be shared as well, much like they have been in this rally. Here's the second tallest object in the vicinity after the gate building itself, the AMG G63 4x4 squared. Now time for some Americana. I mean, come on, the presence of an American car is undeniable. This is Miglia Srl and Karim Saad. In a Buick GS with a 455 cubic inch V8. 455 cubic inches, so that's nearly 8 liters. Mr. Saad and Mr. Srl, having concluded 4 days of rallying, adorned with various Looney Tunes characters. Next is arguably the most significant car of the rally, the ON665 by Zagato. Identical to the first car to ever win the Miglia in Italy in 1927. This car joins us for overseas. Piloted by Mr. Umberto Galoni. An extremely important car, Zagato coachwork. Zagato coachwork, the first car to ever win the original Miglia in 1927. Mr. Galoni, how were your 4 days? Fantastic, and I believe you have a 2-liter straight 6. I'm glad you were right here. Fantastic, thank you for joining us. Round of applause, please, for the ON665 Srl. As a BMW M3 approaches, home-driven. Amazing, cool. On this rally, Mr. Zahir Sarab. True car enthusiast with the enormous collection that he brings to this rally every single year. It's refreshing because this rally brings loyalists every year. New faces, old faces, and co-drivers are as important as the drivers. Cheers, guys. God bless you. Cheers. Speaking of icons, we have Mr. Ahmed with his co-driver Daniel, more loyalists to the cause, more loyalists to the rally. I in fact met this driver for the first time in 2016.
16 while driving my old Lancia Fulvia from the 60s. We beat, we waved, and he said, pull over, we have to have a conversation. And we've been friends ever since. The car is an iconic like as the car culture, as is the driver, as is the co-driver.
Thank you very much.
Now, more Alfa Romeo, this time many decades later. Twin turbo V6. Over 500 horsepower. This is the GTAM. The Quadrifoglio. A special automobile. I'm not tell happy if you switch off the traction control. I would not advise it. Sounds fantastic when it's being pressed.
And more Americana, baby. We have the Srl Camaro.
An iconic car from the 1960s. Car number 29. This is part of a species of car called the pony car. Listen to that V8 engine. Fantastic. Your mad muscle wheels. Fantastic stance. Car number 29, Antoine Gray and Fouad Karam in the 1967 Camaro. And now, absolutely gorgeous, a Targa. Porsche 911 Targa. Car number 50. Being driven by Octanium Experiences. It's a 1971 911 Targa, 2.2 litre, flat 6-cylinder, in a beautiful orange, arriving very much a rocky. Very significant car as well, a very rare white body 30 Yara anniversary 1964 911, driven by Mansour over here. Quite rare with the white body. If you take a look at the hips of the car, available on very few models, the white turbo look. And here we have one of my favorite drivers, Octanium. He and his father nicknamed this car Skinny. It's a 2.7 MFI. Beautifully and tastefully modified, as you can hear. A wonderful car that's just completed 1,000 miles to the greatest roads of the UAE. And now this is another thing of beauty. We have a Triumph here, I believe. Michael Gervin's Triumph TR2 from 1954. Lightweight. The doors are so low that they might as well not have doors. You can just climb into that thing. Right-hand drive, pure British motoring throughout the roads of the UAE. Fantastic car number 10 there. Car number 105, we have the AMG GT, driving through the UAE in style and comfort. Car number 105. It's been driven by Robert Goldberg. The replacement of the Mercedes-Benz AMG SLS, which you see on the light piece car over there. The replacement. And speaking of SLSs, we have the one-piece SLS AMG, driven by Goravdar with his co-driver Daniel. A recently acquired car, coming in style with its rolling doors open. Just to see me against there. Daniel, how was it to do 4 days of the Miglia UAE in this car? Beautiful car. Legendary, he says, as it is, golden, iconic and synonymous with the Miglia. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Iconic cars, iconic drivers. Now this here is one of 3 in the world. So this is a 911 ST backdate, created by a company called Years in Germany. There are only 3 in the world, and we are lucky enough to have 2 of those 3 here in the Miglia Experience UAE 2025. The third car is owned by Mr. Walter Horn, legendary rally driver. The second car, number 35 years, by Skoda. And the third of 3 cars. It's not backdate. He said it's not a backdate, I apologize for it. 911 ST by Years. Iconic vehicle. Beautiful BMW car number 35.
Hello, congratulations, you made it.
BMW Z8. What I would call the millennium cars. James Bond's car, identical spec to James Bond's car. from The World Is Not Enough. Famously was custom harmed by a helicopter that marooned this car in one piece. Maserati Quattroporte, driven by a very enthusiastic team number 44 in case you're a Lewis Hamilton fan. Quattroporte in Italian simply means four-door. It's not more romantic when you say it's Italian, the name of the car, in English, it doesn't really work. But look at the very style, so much exhaust system, being power, and comfort. Here we have car number 80, another Porsche. The 993 this time. Car number 80 driven by Spain, 100 engine. On car 40. 97. Rear wing, heavy downforce, up and down double base, RF style wheels. Now we have one of my favorite cars in the world. Taking us all the way from the United States of America is Jeffrey Walt in his Lincoln Capri from 1953. An exceptionally powerful engine for its time, a large engine for its time. A motorsport inspired engine for its time as well, whereby the rules of NASCAR at the time were interpreted so that this car could be built and lie within those rules. Bringing us all the way from Massachusetts, coming all the way to Dubai. Car number 79, Mercedes-Benz 450 SEL 6.9 in Ronin spec. The famous Jean Reno Didero film Ronin. Also in France, if you take a look at the yellow headlights, they are French headlights. Happens to know the owner of this car, he also happens to be holding the checkered flag in his left hand. Jaguar E-Type. If ever a prettier car phenomenon existed in the early 60s, I do not know it. Car number 26, being driven by Michael Frenson and Philippe Larson. Type FAC. Absolutely stunning. The fastest car in the world when it was built. Car number 38 is the Porsche 911 Carrera 964 RS. It's how to know this engine has been very seriously worked on. True born for the Porsche enthusiast. Engineers to the team, thank you for joining us. 38. With a great tasteful number plate 964. Here we have the Morgan, I believe this is a +6, car number 120, a beautiful Morgan. Very similar body style for over the last 100 years. It is a +6 in fact, 2024, absolutely gorgeous. Classic British motoring with modern engineering underneath, being driven by Anar Razaev and Aysel Razaeva. Aysel is very similar to my name, I see him. Maybe we're related. An R107, car number 88. Very lucky number. In the Chinese, car number 88, the R107. 1989 560 SL. With European rear spoiler, very tastefully done. Chair, of course, we need an Alfa Romeo on this event. Car number 55, the Alfa Romeo Spider. Another iconic design, practically the same from the 1960s with the Alfa Romeo Duetto Spider up until the 1990s. Pure Italian style. Yet another SL here, car number 113. SL of course stands for Sport Light Base. Although one could argue the sporting credentials of the car, they're not exactly lightweight, but they are exceptional machines. Very fast, very capable, and exceptionally well engineered, as they have been for the last 6 or 7 decades. Car number 100, the BMW 3-litre CS, 4-speed gearbox, inline 6-litre, 3-litre engine, twin Zenith cars, wonderful Grand Touros. An iconic car that was the base of the 3-litre CSL Batmobile, which was the nickname. A car that was extremely popular and successful in motor racing. Notice the pillarless window, a very large open window there, quarter windows as well for enjoying the car in this video. Here we have an Audi R8. As I mentioned earlier, one of the most iconic designs of the last 20 years. The Audi R8. This example is a V10 version, the 5.2 to V10. And since it's a Spider, you get to hear the sonorous V10 all the better. Essentially a Lamborghini in gentleman's clothing. 70-class car, extremely comfortable. And if you want to zoom in the reliability, a great car to use. Now another one of my favorite teams is Tanya Azuz. Car number 36. Tanya Azuz and Jerome Bivin, the 1970 2.2 litre 911 Targa. I believe this car is signal yellow, but a beautifully restored example. I happen to know this car gets driven very regularly, enjoyed very regularly, and it brightens up the roads of Dubai every season. Thank you both very much for bringing this beautiful 1970 Targa. Absolutely starting to bring things to one of the best for the match. And now time for some of the best to finish. It's car number 17. Jaguar XK150 FHC fixed head coupe. The XK150 named so because they famously reached 150 miles per hour, which is about 255 kilometers an hour, in the late 1950s. For the period when Jaguar were building the fastest cars on the road, dominating. Car number 40, a team that was performing very well. BMW 3 CS from 1975, the rarest year of the BMW 3 CS. This car joining us from Saudi Arabia, a team that has been taking to the rally very seriously. So we may have it on the front even they will not go soon. So that's it. Third G-Class we have had so far, but a different variant, not a convertible, not a 4x4 square, the more subtle 63 G-Class, two-tone colour, quite tasteful, a car that's emblematic of where we are. And now my favourite ever modern Rolls-Royce, the Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe, fixed head, incredible presence on the road, these cars. Cars that do not have an RPM gauge, they have a power reserve gauge. Because if you ask Rolls-Royce how much horsepower does your cars have, they say enough, sufficient amount of power. If you take a look at the centre of the rims, the Rolls-Royce emblem always stays the way they are. The Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe. Phantom Coupe, team number 91. My favourite modern Rolls-Royce, driven by Keith Cox. And we have one of the most beautiful modern cars to cross the finish line today, the Aston Martin Rapide, essentially a four-door version of the Aston Martin DB9. If you ever have the chance to look inside one of these, the rear passenger grip handles are things of beauty, the attention to detail of the interior and exterior of the Aston Martin. And now this is my actual favourite team of the entire rally. Car number 53, driven by Jacqueline Duvaza, co-driven by Sonia Oli. We have a 1983 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ43. Great people, super approachable. Please do go and say hi to them at some stage. They're fantastic. Always with a smile on their faces. Great people to be around and emblematic of what this rally is all about. And here we have Arthur Hughes and Ryan Hughes. Octanium Motors, they are sponsors of this event. Car number 119, driving their Caterham. They are the authorized DCC agent for Caterham. Car number 119, Arthur and Brian Hughes. They share the same name because they are brothers. Sponsors of the event as well. Owner of an excellent haircut. Arthur, how's the last name? It was Brawl. And I hope Brawl meant the car number 119. A round of applause please for Arthur and Ryan Hughes. And now now we come to my favourite modern era Bentley. We just had my favourite modern era Rolls Royce, now my favourite modern era Bentley. The Bentley Brooklands, 1,000 Newton meters of torque from a twin turbocharged 6 3/4 litre V8, if I'm not mistaken. Very similar ethos to the Rolls Royce Phantom Coupe, car number 97 here, 1,000 Newton meters of torque, which is enough to go up Jebel Jais. I mean, especially if you live in a hilly area, an excellent car, driven by Hanan Mazouzi and Nadia Moraki. Number 4, Bugatti 935. It's not actually a 4-size, inline 8-cylinder engine. A broken water pump that's fixed with waste belts, because that's what the Miglia is about. It's about improvisation. These cars, the Renaissance. The SEL car number 49, just arriving now. Also completing 1,000 miles in comfort and reliability. Car number 49, the 450 SEL Mercedes. Driven by Perseus Bandarola, co-driven by Miglia Srl. Car number 15 approaches now, a very, very tasty Porsche. This is a very early example, as denoted by the A, car number 15. 356A Coupe from 1959, imagine that, 1959. A 66-year-old car, completing 1,000 miles, 1,600 kilometers in all 7 Emirates of this great name. Absolutely. Now for a little taste of modern era Ferrari. We have the twin turbocharged Ferrari F8 Tributo Spider in yellow, or as Ferraristi would call it, Giallo Modena. Giallo just means yellow. Spider, so they would have very much enjoyed this drive as well, having the option between coupe or Spider 4. 2 to 5 people who would definitely have enjoyed this rally in comfort and style. Car number 81, the hardest to drive on the planet. The Rolls Royce Phantom, looking resplendent in white, with the rear windows tastefully tinted, so the VIPs or VVIPs at the back can do whatever they may do in comfort and privacy. Car number 81, the Rolls Royce Phantom. Number 33 arrives and graces us with its presence. The W111 generation Mercedes-Benz 280 SE Cabriolet, car number 33. Let me double check if it's a 3.5, number 33. 280 SE, W111. Looking at the grille, that would denote that it is an inline 6-cylinder, 2.8 litre. Extreme comfort throughout the rally, no doubts. The W111 generation. The third of one of my most favourite cars here, the BMW.
Thank you to you and your team, and you arrived in style, I'll give you that much.
Now we have
The UAE have a car built in Dubai, here in Jeddah, the Generally Design One. And again, this is a car built in the UAE, to be the first ever example built. It was created by Anthony Gianarelli from France.
Nobody's taking my picture.
250 pontoon T-Sources, 1956. A stunning car. The gentleman with the checkered flag in his hand, like me as well, this car unfortunately he's lost his voice. Inspired by 1955, 10 hours and 7 minutes, 1,000 miles 1955. Represented here by a modern era SLR McLaren, Sterling Moss. Listen to that sound, side-mounted exhaust. It sounds like a World War II fighter plane, quite literally. Supercharged 5.4 litre V8, over 620 horsepower, perspex pieces of transparent material. The 300 SLR, the side exit exhaust, although on this car on both sides, Also, and more than double the horsepower of the car which inspired it. Incredible. This car also came. Headlights, when they switch off the headlights, they actually become covered, those lights. Quite ahead of its time. Car number 40, Continental. You could imagine Elvis Presley in one of these, although he did die 2 years before this car was released. Not a backdate. Not a backdate. Built in Detroit, and now in the UAE. Spanned across multiple continents. Exceptionally comfortable. Quite bouncy as well. Very comfortable suspension. Low revving, large V8 engine designed specifically to go long distance in the United States of America. Driven by Mohammed Lukman. I'm very grateful that it's a right-hand drive because I can interview the very charming and generous driver, Mr. Johan Poonawala from Pune in Maharashtra, India. Generation of Rolls-Royce Phantom here to this rally. Mr. Poonawala, Mr. Lukman, thank you both so much. How was your rally so far? 5 years in a row. An incredible car with incredible provenance. The gentlemen in the back are extremely comfortable, as you can tell. That really is the place to be in a Phantom.
Keep going, more right,
Incredible
more right, more
machines.
right.
One, I dare say it's the Rolls-Royce of cars. A very rare car. The SLR.
Wait for the cars. Excuse me.
And the late Sheikh Rashid Al Maktoum.